Video solution to a 4-mark question that appeared from that chapter, Arithmetic Progressions. Question number 36. This question has got two alternatives, 1 and 2. Both these alternatives test the two important concepts in AP. What is the nth term of an arithmetic progression? What is the sum up to n terms of an arithmetic progression? Let's quickly recall the formula for both and then proceed to solving these alternatives. We'll find out the nth term. The formula to find out the nth term, an is the nth term, is equal to a plus n minus 1 into d, where a is the first term, d is the common difference, and n is the term that we are interested in finding out. Sum up to n terms, there are two formulae that I will like us to recall. The first one is sum up to n terms Sn equals n by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into d, where a is the first term, d is the common difference, Sn is the sum up to the first n terms. Another way of writing the same formula is basically if you write this 2a as an a plus n minus 1 into d, this is nothing but what we have here. So this can be replaced with an an. That's the second variant of writing this formula. Sn equals n by 2 into a plus an. Remembering it in both these variants will help us solve questions more effectively. Let's get started with the first alternative. First alternative, we'll have to find out the 20th term. What data do we have? Sum up to the 14th term and the value of the first term. Step 1 in solving this, we're going to be finding out the common difference. Data given to us, first term, sum up to n terms, where the n is equal to 14 because S14 is given to us. Plug in the value, so S14 is equal to 1050 is equal to n by 2, which is a 14 upon 2 into 2a, a is equal to 10, 2 into 10 plus n minus 1, n is a 14, so 14 minus 1 is a 13 times common difference. So only variable in this equation is the common difference d. We'll find out. 14 upon 2 is a 7. Divide both sides by 7. 1050 upon 7 is equal to 150. 150 is equal to 2 times 10, which is 20 plus a 13d. So 13d will be equal to 150 minus 20, which is equal to 130. Value of d is equal to 130 by 13, which is equal to 10. A very, very friendly number. Step 1, we have found out the common difference. Step 2, let's find out what we need to find out, which is the 20th term. The nth term of an AP is equal to a plus n minus 1 into d. We're trying to find out a20. D is equal to 10. We computed it right now. A is equal to 10 given in the question. So a20 will be equal to a plus 20 minus 1, which is equal to 19 times common difference. Plug in the value of a as a 10, d as a 10, which is 19 times 10. 190 plus 10, 200 is the 20th term. Summarize it in a printed form. We're plugging in S14 as 1020, n as 14, a as 10, computing the value of d. Right? This is the equation that we have. 14 upon 2 is a 7. S14 is equal to 1050. We'll write it in the next step. So this is a 20 plus 13d. Dividing both sides by 7, we'll be left with a 150. 150 equals 20 plus 13d. D is equal to 10. The common difference of this arithmetic progression is 10. Plug it into the formula for finding out the nth term. The nth term is equal to a plus n minus 1 into d. N is a 20. So a20 is a plus 19d. A is a 10. D is a 10. So 20th term is equal to 200. Alternative 1 done. Very straightforward, very easy one. Let's move to the second alternative. This one is also easy. The data given us, the first term, A1, 5. The last term, which is 45. So obviously, the summation formula that we're going to be using here is the second alternative, which is Sn is equal to n upon 2 into A1 plus An or A plus An. Nth term, we do not know, but they've given us the sum of the n terms, which is equal to 400. They have not said what n is. In fact, one of the things that we'll have to find out is the number of terms. And then subsequently, we need to find out the common difference. So let's plug the data into this formula, find out the number of terms, which is the first thing that we're going to be doing. Here's the formula in a printed form. Sn equals n by 2 into a1 plus an. Do we know Sn? Yes, that's equal to 400. This is equal to n upon 2. We are trying to find out the value of n. A1 is a 5, an is a 45. Both those data have been presented to us. 5 plus 45, 50. 50 by 2 is a 25. So what we have is 400 equals 25n, which means the value of n is equal to 400 upon 25, which is equal to 16. So number of terms is equal to 16. Step 1 done. Quickly summarize it in a printed form and then move on to finding out the common difference. Plug in the value of Sn as 400, A1 and An as 5 and 45. Get the value of n to be equal to 16. Now we need to find out the common difference. What all do we have? We know n is equal to 16, which means the last term is going to be A16. That is the 45. The first term A1 is equal to 5. The last term is the 16th term. First term is 5. We need to find out D. So let's plug in all these data into this. A16 therefore will be equal to A plus 16 minus 1, which is 15 times D. A16 is a 45, A1 is equal to a 5 or A is equal to 5 plus 15 times the common difference. Take the 5 to the left hand side, we have 40 is equal to 15D. The value of D is equal to 40 upon 15, which is not an integer, need not be an integer. Both these numbers, numerator and denominator, are divisible by 5. 40 by 5 is an 8, 15 by 5 is a 3. So common difference is a fraction which is equal to 8 by 3. Quickly summarize this bit also in a printed form. Basically, substituting these values, A as 5, A16 is equal to 45 in this equation. 45 equals 5 plus 15D. So D is equal to 8 by 3. So I mentioned in the earlier questions, here again I'm going to leave you with 2 bonus questions, one for each alternative. Give them a try. Solve these questions and post your answers on the forum/the comment section. Both these questions are nothing but the number change versions of what we have. I just tweak the numbers in such a way that some of these numbers end up being negative. So the question is a little more interesting than what we have solved till now. What is the 15th term of an AP if its first term is 11 and the sum of its 11th term is 231? This is very, very straightforward. Everything is positive. The second alternative, reflecting the second alternative of the question given in this sample paper. The first term of an AP is 25. The last term is minus 45. And the sum of all of these terms, the first to the last term, is equal to minus 110. Find the number of terms and the common difference. Follow the steps that we have detailed in alternative 1 to get to the answer to this, and alternative 2, follow the method to get to the answer to this. Best wishes. Before you leave, do 2 things. Sign up at online.maxtute.com for CBSE online coaching for class 10 maths. It takes less than 5 minutes in all of 3 steps to get started. And do one more thing. Subscribe to this channel, youtube.com/Maxtute, and spread the word about this channel to your friends and classmates.